There's only one there, please, but be aware that we have only 2.5 minutes. We reduce the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ahmad Shahidov. I represent Azerbaijan Institute for Democracy and Human Rights. And at the end of my speech, I will have a question to the valuable panelists. Today's topic stands out for its relevance because the violation of the rights of women and girls in the society is observed most often among vulnerable communities such as national and religious minorities. I would like to talk about girls dropping out of education, early marriage and forced marriage in Azerbaijan. I would like to mention that also it's not found in the capital Baku and big cities, but in the rural areas, especially in the southern regions of Azerbaijan, in the border zones with Iran, there are cases of children evading education, getting married at the age of 15, 16 years old, and sometimes being forced into marriage. This is primarily related to the religious views of the population living in those regions. Also, the state of Azerbaijan is principled in this matter. Such negative situations are still encountered. For example, last week the Azerbaijani Parliament adopted a draft law against early marriage and consanguineous marriage. It's forbidden by law for people who are relatives to each other to marry each other in Azerbaijan. But unfortunately, relatives marrying each other was widespread in Azerbaijan, and this resulted in the birth of unhealthy children in the country. Early marriage and forced marriage primarily violate girls' right to education. The fact that girls with plans and dreams for the future get married at the age of 15, 16 destroys their entire future. One of the reasons for this is social problems and financial difficulties in the family. Sometimes parents marry off their daughters at an early age in exchange for financial security. And today, if we look at marriage statistics in Azerbaijan, we will see that the number of marriages and divorces in Azerbaijan is the same, because girls who get married early or women who are forced into marriage are forced to divorce later. The alternative is family violence and murder. Also, early marriages are reflected in the national traditions of some local peoples. When the local government, the police and the court oppose this tradition, they raise the issue of violating the rights of those local peoples, and they raise the issue of creating obstacles to keep their traditions alive. And I want to ask a question to our distinguished panelists. Today, what necessary steps should be taken to prevent early marriage, forced marriage and girls' evasion of education in countries so that the rights of those minority peoples are not violated? Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. And there's one final request in the back from Mrs. Kondur.